to see you. This is Pastor Mark here, and welcome to Storytime. Got my buddy Tofu here. He's been excited all week to say hi to you guys. Hey guys, what's up guys? Yeah, he's doing awesome. You know, one of the things about this nice weather is Tofu loves to run through the grass in our yard, and he's so fast I can barely keep up with him. It's unbelievable. So we've been playing outside, having fun, enjoying God's creation outside. Well, we are so excited for today. We're going to have so much fun. We're going to read a great story in just a few minutes. But I want to begin by teaching you guys another song. It's been so fun singing some of these new songs together. And so we're going to sing a song called, this just John 3:16. It's from the Bible, and it's a verse. And hopefully this song can help you memorize the verse and that your parents can help you with it, all right? So I'm going to put Tofu down and grab my guitar, all right? All right, okay, so hopefully you will pick up this song pretty quickly. It's pretty easy to sing. And again, it's just John 3:16, okay? And so it goes like this. I'll play through it several times and you'll pick it up, okay? Okay, so it goes like this. For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have eternal life. God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have eternal life. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. Good job, sing with me. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. Here we go. For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have eternal life. God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have eternal life. Here we go. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. All right, guys, awesome job. We're going to sing through it one more time, okay? Hopefully you're getting the hang of it. Goes like this. Here we go. Start with the verse. For God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have eternal life. God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whoever believes in Him should not perish, but have eternal life. Here we go. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. Good job. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. Really loud now. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. Eternal life, eternal life, eternal life in Jesus. Yes! Great job, you guys. All right, well, I am so excited to read this story today. It's called The 1 O'Clock Miracle, and it's by Allison Mitchell, and it's illustrated by Catalina Echeverry. And this is a true story about trusting the words of Jesus. All right, here we go. Long, long ago, there lived an important man who worked for the king. He was sad and so worried. His son was very ill. So ill, he was going to die, and no one could help him. Oh, it's so sad. This man's son is very sick, and he's about to die. It's so sad. Let's see what happens. But then he heard that a man named Jesus was doing the most amazing, wonderful things. He heard that Jesus was making ill people well again. He heard that Jesus was doing things only God can do. And you can see where He turned water into wine, and He healed this man who couldn't walk. and healed the blind, and the blind person could see. These are all miracles Jesus did. So the man decided to ask Jesus for help. Maybe Jesus could help his son too. What do you think? The man and his son lived in Capernaum by the sea. This is Capernaum up here, and this is Cana and the Sea of Galilee, and these are mountains. It says, but Jesus was staying in Cana, down here, more than 20 miles away. It was a very long walk and uphill all the way. So this man's here, and he's got to go all the way through the mountains to get to Jesus, who's in Cana. But the man had decided that he must see Jesus. So he said goodbye to his son and his family, and he set off to see Jesus. Up the hill he walked and sometimes ran, because he wanted so badly to see Jesus. The sun went down, the night was dark, and the stars were bright, but the man didn't stop. Man, he's climbing this whole mountain. Huffing and puffing, he walked and sometimes ran, hurrying to see Jesus. The sun came up, the morning arrived, but there was still a long, long way to go. Oh boy, this is a long walk. Puffing and panting, the man walked and sometimes ran because he needed to see Jesus. At last, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the man reached Cana, the town where Jesus was. It says, welcome to Cana. Finally made it. He had walked and sometimes run, and now, at last, he could see Jesus. All right, let's see what happens. Please, sir, he said, my son is dying. Please come with me. Please make him better. The man knew that if Jesus came with him and touched his son, the boy would be well again. But Jesus just said, go. Look at Jesus. He just looks at this man. The man's crying. He just says, go. That's interesting. What? Go home without Jesus? After all that walking and even running to get Jesus to come? But Jesus hadn't finished. He said, go, Jesus said. And then he added, your son will live. Wow. The man believed him. Jesus wasn't going to come to the man's home. He wasn't going to touch the boy to make him well. But the man still trusted that what Jesus said was true. Okay, he's going to head back home to see if his son's better. Down the hill he walked and sometimes ran because he believed Jesus. The sun went down. The night was dark and the moon shone brightly. The man felt so tired. But on he walked and sometimes ran because he trusted Jesus. You can tell what he's thinking to himself in these bubbles. It says, it's Jesus' words, your son will live. That's what Jesus had promised him. The sun came up, a new morning arrived, and still he walked and walked. Though his back ached and his legs were very tired, it says crack, as he was sleeping on the ground. These are the words of Jesus again, your son will live. On he walked and sometimes ran because he was sure Jesus would make his son well. Boy, this is a long walk back home, isn't it? Then, far away in the distance, he saw some men. They came closer and closer. They were his own servants. They must have news, he thought, but what would it be? Sir, they said, it's your son. These are his servants, and they're yelling at him, Sir, it's your son. He's alive, they said. He is well again. The man was bursting for joy. When? The man asked. When did he get better? And you guys won't believe this. It says this, yesterday at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This guy can't believe it. He says, 1 o'clock? 1 o'clock? The men replied, Then the man remembered it was 1 o'clock when he saw Jesus. It was 1 o'clock when Jesus said his son would live. And it was 1 o'clock when his son got better. Jesus didn't need to go and see the boy. He didn't need to walk and walk. He didn't have to run. Jesus simply spoke. Wow, Jesus' words are so powerful. And just like that, the boy was better. Wow, only Jesus could do that. And do you know why? Because Jesus is God's Son. That's right. We just sang about that, didn't we? In John 3:16, for God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. Okay, now the book says this. Happy and smiling, the man walked home, and sometimes he ran to see his son again. Look at his little boy. He's doing so much better now. He's healthy. Then he told his son and his family about Jesus and how Jesus could do things only God can do. And they all believed in Jesus, God's Son, too. Your son will live. That's what Jesus said. And now that the man's son was well, what could he do? He could smile and he could laugh. He could walk and he could run. And all because of Jesus. Well, what a great story that was. Isn't that amazing? That story reminds us that we can always trust Jesus' words. When Jesus says something, he always means it. He never lies. He always says what is true. And his words are powerful. And so anything that happens in your life, you can trust the words of Jesus. That he's with you and he loves you and he'll comfort you. Even in times when you're scared or times where you're upset or your feelings are hurt, Jesus is always with you and his words are always true. Well, I sure love you guys a lot. I hope you have a great week, and I can't wait to see you again next week, all right? Okay, bye-bye.